Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me for a walkthrough first impressions of the Darkside Skeleton Tarot. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back to the channel. This deck was sent to me by the publishing company, Brigh. And I've had this for quite a few months, and now I'm just now getting into this deck. It is still shrink wrapped, so let's open this bad boy up. All right, the back of it says, get your messages from the Darkside Skeleton Tarot by Yuri Skorhord. Probably butchered that name. This astonishing deck has been drawn using stippling / pointillism, a drawing technique in which areas of light and shadow are created using nothing but dots. Oh my. Mirroring the tarot story first drawn by Pamela Coleman Smith, the Darkside Skeleton Tarot captures the fool's journey as a skeleton in the skeleton world. This deck is perfect for the tarot enthusiast, collector, or professional. Wow. Uh-oh, I am loving this. I love that it's black edging and the cardstock is matte. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, it's in order. I am fine with the backs. Yeah, nothing too crazy, so I'm here for it. Thank you to the publishing company for sending me this deck to do a walkthrough, so highly appreciate that. And I am a sucker for anything skeleton. So let's go into the Fool here. Wow. So definitely looking on the camera and then off of it, the camera is not picking up all of the intricate details that is very impressive when you're looking at it in person. Magician. Oh, there's so much detail here. Yes, having all of the elements in front of them. And I have not seen any of these cards. The High Priestess. There's the Moon. Okay. It's going to be very traditional here, it seems. Oh, the Empress. Yeah. There's just like so much detail that the camera is not picking up. The Emperor. How do we feel about the borders here that are the skeletal bones and heads? I'm kind of neutral on it. The Hierophant. Very traditional here. It seems like this deck is going to be very traditional. Kind of a clone, but it has its own take, which I appreciate. Ooh. Oh my, there is so much going on here. The Chariot. Now, yes, so when this border here, I think if this was gone, it kind of opens the picture up. So definitely on a card like this, I don't want a border. Could you imagine, like, these cards were borderless? Like, this would be like, whew, like, in your face. Strength. I like how the lion doesn't seem like it's a skeleton. Like, this looks like a lion, and then this is, yeah, like even the horses here, they're not skeletal. The Hermit, ooh, this is beautiful. Going within oneself. The Wheel of Fortune, oh, very traditional. I feel like I'm gonna say that a lot here. Yeah. Like, can you imagine if this was like opened up so it could kind of free this image up? Oh, look at that snake. Ooh, don't like snakes. Justice, yeah, I wish it was borderless now. Okay. There's just, I mean, it's still very beautiful. And this would be a really good deck for, of course, the fall or spooky season. And for those who really like black and white decks, which I prefer color, but when it comes to a deck like this, definitely has to fit the theme. So I cannot see this in color. footprints. Look at that. Yeah, I can only imagine all the hard work and patience. Oh, look at this devil. Look at this very intricate detail. Yeah. Wow. The tower. This just makes me laugh because seeing skeletons just fall from the sky just seems a little comical. It's cute, but definitely, yeah. The tower is not a good card to get. The star. The moon. Okay, here's the skeletal of the two dogs. Okay. The sun. Wow, I like that. And have y'all noticed like the Roman numerals aren't always in the middle? Sometimes they're on the side. Yeah, on the side. I like that. It's different. This is actually a really cool card of Judgment. The Worlds. Yeah. Yeah, I wish, ooh, like this, the border, if the border was gone, it would just feel less chaotic. But maybe that's what it's going for. All right, going into the minors. The ace. The two. Oh, these people are bonding. These skeletal people. Yeah, now I wish it was kind of borderless. But then where would you put like the title of the card? Would you just go by what's going on? Food for thought. This, you know what? This kind of reminds me of that tarot deck. I'll have to find my video of it and put it in the description box below. But do y'all remember the Beauty of Horror tarot? I know there's like all these different coloring books, which is really cool. I really like their style and I love the horror aspect. This reminds me of the Beauty of Horror tarot, but in black and white. Here. 8. And now that I'm going through these cards, I'm kind of looking on the back of the box and there's a QR code that takes you to the guidebook. So I'm going to have to show you guys the page. Yeah, there's just so much detail. There's so much going on. And you know what I've noticed now in the borders? There's going to be the element within. So here are the cups, but when you go into the pentacles, they're going to be featured within that border. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool, folks. Oh, look at that. So if you can read the traditional artwork of the RWS, you're going to be just fine on this. Oh, this is different. This is a different kind of like perspective. They're not, looks like they're going away from the church. They're coming out of it. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I'll have to pin that to read that in the guidebook. The digital guidebook, that is. 7 of Pentacles. Oh, that's cute. 8. Yeah, I like it. This is interesting. I like it. I like it. Ooh, look at this. So much intricate detail. Wow. Wow. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, even though that the element is in the border, I'd be curious of like what this would look like borderless. Ooh. The heart is in the heart. No, wait. The skeleton head is in the heart, in the shape of a heart. That's pretty cool. Very traditional, but it has like a little skeletal spin on it. Ooh, look at that. Hmm. Oh, I like this 8. Even though they're like bound, it's still loosely bound, so you can still, free yourself. Ooh, the nightmare card. This is beautiful. Or not if it was just like a spot of color or a hint of color. I wondered what this would look like, where the artist would put the color intention of where the eye should go. But maybe it wouldn't be better, or it wouldn't be more efficient if you just put like a splash of color somewhere, because then that kind of like takes away those who are very intuitive when they read the cards, which I'm not. I am fully aware that I am not very intuitive. I just kind of like memorize, the meanings of the cards, which is not an easy feat in itself either. I think being intuitive when it comes to tarot is a talent all in its own, and I commend people who do that. Yeah, there's the wand within the bones of the border. Yeah, these cards feel really good in the hands. I like this type of cardstock, the matte, and I love the black edging. It's perfect. Oh, wow. The 10 of Wands is very striking. Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah, so I'm interested to see what this little digital QR code will take me. So let me go ahead and try that out, folks. I'll be right back. Let's give this a try. So I'm going to scan the QR code. Let's go to DH. Oh, here we go. Brigh. All right. Oh, here we go. It's like a little PDF based on the tarot interpretations of Arthur E. Modified and expanded. Gives an introduction, okay, about tarot. The deck, 78 cards, the major, minor, what they're made up of, the elements, okay. Spreading the cards, 3 card spread, very typical. Tips, okay. The major. Oh, okay, so you get a full page of the card, the meaning, the symbolism, upright, reversed, okay. All right, I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some shuffling and see what card we get. Okay, so that was not an easy shuffle, because they were sticking but that's very typical of rose petal matte finish. So we have the Four of Swords. So we're going to be here. Oh, maybe I can go a little faster. Okay, so the minors, they get a little less messages put in, but that's to be expected. So we have the Four of Swords. Okay. The Four, meaning you need a mental break. You need to disengage to save your sanity. A skeletal warrior rests in a holy temple. There are 3 swords on the wall above him and 1 sword by his side. He takes advantage of a period of peace. Upright keywords is rest and contemplation. Reversed is burnout and stress. Okay, I like that. I like the symbolism section where it talks about what's going on in the card. Let's do another one real quick. Knight of Swords. Okay, so we get a court card. So we have the meaning is use clear-headed and logical thinking to achieve your goals. Be decisive. The symbolism is a skeletal warrior rides his steed into battle with clear purpose. Upright keywords is clarity and decisiveness. Reversed is brash decision-making and fanaticism. Okay, I like this. So, okay, so you get quite of a lot of beginning information. You have spreading the cards. You have a layout, some tips, and then you go into the cards. So let's look at the High Priestess. The meaning. The High Priestess represents the knowledge and enlightenment that we attain overcoming difficulties. The High Priestess archetype is the second encounter for the Fool, so it talks about the story of the Fool, indicating that we must learn about our intuition, how to trust it, and when to seek out guidance from others. The symbolism, a wise skeletal woman awaits acolytes who will come to her for guidance. She holds a sacred text showing her connection to learned knowledge. She stands between a black and white column, assenting her connection to death and light. Upright is divination, wisdom from experience, and insight and counseling. Reversed is gossip, bad advice, incomplete knowledge, and misinterpretation or misrepresentation. So I like this deck. The Darkside Skeletal Tarot is a winner, folks. Here are just a few of the decks that I also have from Brigh, the Native Spirit Tarot and Tarot of the Nile. If I have videos on these, I will put them in the description box below. But between these 3, and I have some other ones which are traditional artwork, which I'll put those in the description box below. I think out of all the themed tarot decks, I'm sorry, folks, the Darkside Skeleton Tarot, I think it's a winner, folks. I think this is probably my favorite from the company. I love the theme of the deck. I love how it does its own thing with the artwork without straying too far from the traditional RWS artwork. So I love that. And even with the digital version of the guidebook, I'm sure it's cost effective for them, and everyone's on their phone these days. So the guidebook is a good transition from being a little pamphlet to a digital PDF. So that's fantastic. The only thing, maybe the borders are a little distracting in some of these heavy illustrated cards. I think a borderless edition, if they ever do it in the future, I think that would be a clear winner between these two, if that ever happens. So thank you again for the publishing company for sending me this deck for a walkthrough. These are my honest opinions. I was not paid for this video. They just sent me this deck as I was interested in it. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this deck? And thank you so much for joining me for my unboxing and impressions of the Darkside Skeleton Tarot. Until next time, I will see you for my next video. Take care.